Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to cilinixfxcapital. Hope you're all doing great, and welcome to this new video here on Solana. Excuse the audio. Audio is a little bit worse today. Hopefully, you can still bear with me because there is some important information regarding Solana we have to talk about. And in general, in this video, I'll try to simplify what's going on with Solana, some critical levels that you need to look at for a potential reversal, which would be great, a bullish reversal in both cases. Which is what I'm most interested in. And I think most of you are also most interested in that. I mean, we can talk about shorts as well, which there's definitely possibilities for that as well, but a little bit less interesting. But that's what we're going to do. So let's get right into it. I don't think we need to focus too much on the fundamentals. We have checked the fundamentals a couple of times in the last week. And the fundamentals for the Solana network. So then we're talking about daily active addresses. We're talking about the decentralized exchange trading volume. We're talking about TVL. Those are all relatively stable, which is good. But then when we take a look at Solana basically since the 28th of March, it's very, very clear what you see, all right? So what we see right here is a downtrend, all right, on the 4-hour time frame. And, well, I would say on the higher time frames, this is a downtrend as well. But on the 4-hour time frame, it's very, very clear. And hopefully you can see this well because I'm recording on my laptop, which makes it all a little bit smaller. But what you can see here is that Solana basically finds balance every time, drops down lower below the balance, finds balance, drops down lower, finds balance, and that's a downtrend, all right? That is essentially what a downtrend usually is. Buyers and sellers try to find balance, but then at some point of time, due to news or due to something else, the balance shifts lower, and that continues until you have found a strong enough support to make a reversal in that trend. So that is what's going on right now, and that means that if we look at Solana right now, look, we found some strength, right? I mean, from this bottom right here at $100, which is, for example, where the weekly 200 EMA is. We had the highest volume we've had in a very, very long time for Solana. So could this be the bottom? Yes, all right. Like my preferred support level is actually between $90 and $80. I think if you zoom all the way out here, that is a high volume node, and that's it's not a high volume node, but it's the value area low of a high volume node, which you can see right here, where we also found balance. And just in general, technically, it's historically it's been a strong support level. So I would prefer a move down into that, but I do acknowledge that given the volume we've seen so far right here, and also given the fundamentals, I mean, let's be honest, if we get one trade deal, Solana is going to rocket, right? So that is something you should always take into account, that the market is very, very dependent and very sensitive to news right now. But there's basically, if you take a look at the price right here, we found support at $100. There's two main levels to look at, all right? And that's, first of all, that's $100. Second of all, that's the previous balance value area right here around 114, 115. These are the two most important levels, all right? And what we are essentially waiting for right now, Solana right now is kind of in the middle of nowhere. It's close to resistance, but it hasn't broken out yet. So what we are waiting for is either a reclaim above 114 or a break below 100, which would most likely push the price down all the way to that support level right here, let's say at 85, but between 90 and 80. And those are the two levels where I would buy, right? Either around $85 or if we get a strong reclaim at 100 and 114. So that's purely looking at the analysis. Those are the two main areas you should look at. Now, obviously, what you want to know from me is, well, which one of those two is most likely? And at this point of time, given the trend that we have, like what I always say, or at least what tends to be true, is that you should always expect a continuation of what's going on. What's going on right now is a shift of balances downwards and a downtrend. All right. So therefore, I would say it's most likely for Solana right here to see a continuation as well, a break below 100 and a drop into 84, 85. Under the current circumstances, that is most likely. However, the caveat is that the market is very dependent on news. All right. So the main news I'm personally looking for is a deal between the US and China. If that happens, this will not happen, all right? And Solana will reclaim 115, rally up to 130 probably, and then we'll have some more bullish market circumstances, or at least some more stability. So therefore, I think this is most likely right now, given the current circumstances in which we do not have a US-China deal. If that does happen, my thought and my bias changes, all right? And so should yours. But those are my thoughts. That's what I think you need to know regarding Solana. I think right now you're optimally prepared for everything that can happen. If you do have any questions or anything, let me know down in the comments. But for now, thank you for watching. Take care and bye.